Ask the Experts is brought to you by Seaman Law Offices, the keystone to your family's legacy.
Hi, Doreen. Welcome back to Ask the Expert. Now, I've heard today's segment is about planning ahead. Is that right?
That's right, Krista. Today, I'd like to talk about the importance of pre-planning, especially when considering long-term care like nursing homes.
Okay, nursing homes have a lot of expenses, so the cost of care in our region of West Virginia averages $6,000 to $10,000. But Medicaid is available for people who can't afford it.
That's true, but to be eligible for Medicaid, the person must spend all of their assets down to $2,000, except for exempt assets. Okay. So let's talk about our client. We'll call him John. He was in his early 80s, but he was very healthy. He liked to travel and ride horses.
So that doesn't sound like someone who was thinking too much about long-term health care, right?
Unfortunately, no, it wasn't. But John fell off a horse while he was horseback riding, and after he broke his hip, he never recovered completely. And because of the specialized care he now requires, he lives in a nursing home here in Morgantown.
Wow, not what he was expecting at all, I'm sure.
No, John wasn't prepared. He hadn't protected any of his assets, and the nursing home he lives in costs $8,500 per month.
That's $102,000 each year for the rest of his life.
Right. And before John can apply for Medicaid, he has to spend down all of his life savings except $2,000 to be eligible.
Well, at least then he can receive Medicaid, right?
That's true. But what if he used up his life savings over the next year, applies for Medicaid, but then is healthy enough to go home 6 months later? He wouldn't be able to afford in-home care since the rest of his money would be gone.
So if John had planned ahead, you would have worked with him to protect those assets.
That's right. We're still able to do some things to protect some of his assets, but we could have helped a whole lot more if John had planned at least 5 years prior.
Because Medicaid has a 5-year look back.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so to avoid being like John, you can call Seaman Law Offices at 304-554-2900 or visit SeamanLawOffices.com to schedule your estate planning appointment. Thanks for joining us again today.
Thank you.
Ask the Experts has been brought to you by Seaman Law Offices, the keystone to your family's legacy.